I was the eldest of three siblings, and by the time I was 12, I had already understood my function in the family. I was the one who kept things calm when my parents argued. I was the one who helped my brother with his homework and talked my sister through her problems. I was the one who never caused a scene, never added to the load, never needed anything that was inconvenient to give. It was not a role anyone assigned me explicitly. It accumulated silently over years, like sediment, until it had become the entire shape of how I moved through the world. By my mid-twenties, the same pattern had replicated itself everywhere. At work, I was the person my manager defaulted to when something needed to be handled quietly and well. In my friendships, I was the one people called when they were in crisis, the one who showed up, who remembered, who followed up. In my romantic relationships, I somehow always ended up with people who were in some form of recovery, from heartbreak, from instability, from themselves. I told myself this was just who I was: reliable, grounded, needed. What I did not let myself examine for a long time was the cost. I was exhausted in a way that sleep did not fix. I had developed a very efficient internal system for identifying what everyone around me needed, and a nearly broken one for identifying what I needed. When people asked how I was, I gave a performance of fine so polished that even I sometimes believed it. The unraveling happened slowly and then all at once. I was 27 when a therapist asked me, in our third session, what I did for myself that had nothing to do with being useful to anyone else. I could not answer. Not because I was embarrassed, I genuinely could not think of anything. That silence told me everything I needed to know. The next 2 years were about learning, clumsily and sometimes painfully, to exist outside of my usefulness. I started saying no to things, small things first, then larger ones. I started having needs out loud, which felt almost physically uncomfortable at first. I let some friendships recalibrate and discovered which ones survived me being a full person rather than just a function. I started a pottery class purely because I wanted to, told no one about it, and went every week for 8 months. None of this fixed anything overnight. But at 30, I finally understood that being dependable is a beautiful quality as long as you are also dependable to yourself. The most responsible thing I ever did was stop letting responsibility be my entire identity.